Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on tonight. All right, we got James Clark with us, Ninos, Chris Ruffolo, will serve as co-host, Sean Murphy, Mitch on Wednesdays. We got him here tonight. Big Al McMordie and Ron Romanelli. Let's see how the lineup for tonight on tonight's show. We got Clark, Ninos, McMordie, then Murphy, Romanelli, Ruffolo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how'd your day go last night?
You know what, Tony? It was a bit of a speed bump, but it makes you just appreciate the good days even more. So, gonna get back on track tonight. It's a new month, the final month of 2021, ready to get started. How about you?
I'm looking to bounce back from 1 and 2 days, so we'll see if we can turn this around here. But San Jose State was good again to me last night. They have been, and San Jose State and Air Force has been those little diamonds in the rough that we were able to find when you do your homework before the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to read up on your team previews, read up who went where, and like we always say, it's a lot of times that little extra hour of research or however long you take can often be the difference between winning your bet and crumpling up the ticket and throwing it in the garbage. So definitely just research pays off.
It certainly does. All right, let's get started here on the drive. Let's welcome James Clark to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. James, how you doing today?
Pretty good, guys. How y'all tonight?
Going great, going great. All right, here we go. NBA on docket here tonight. We got the Celtics hosting the Sixers here with Boston laying 3, total 206.5.
You know, guys, you look at these two teams, first season, both of these teams struggled. We knew what was going on with the Sixers, Ben Simmons. That's hurt them. They've struggled. The Celtics, they come out and struggled. But, you look the last 10 games, the Celtics have done a lot better. They're 4. They've won 6 their last 10 games. But the Sixers here, they're still struggling. But tonight, I think they step up here. They got their core guys that's healthy. Like I said about Ben Simmons, we knew he was going to be out. But Sixers had some guys to step up here, and I look for them to step up big tonight and get to win this game. We're getting plus 120, plus 125 with them in this game. And you look the Celtics. When they're in one possession games, they're 0-5. When they're in a one possession games, here we are. -3. 2.5, whatever you get it. And I look for the Celtics to be 0-6 in one possession games, and looking for the Sixers to steal one here in Boston.
All right, we got James here on in this one here on the 76ers money line plus 122 against Boston. All right, Chris, while looking here at the Boston shooting, hasn't been too good here over the past 5.
No, it hasn't. But again, this word's going to come up: health. I couldn't believe it when you told me before we started the show that Boston actually looks like they have a clean bill of health tonight, and it's mind-boggling. So I can understand the value of the Sixers, but it's going to be interesting to see how the Celtics actually perform with a full lineup because we're not used to seeing it.
Yeah, that's right. A little better health here for Boston. Chris here with his comments on this one. But we've got James on the Sixers money line plus 122 against Boston. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for now, where James is doing fantastic work here on college football. We got a big weekend of college football coming up, all beginning on Friday. But tonight we got 9 from the NBA. Lots of games here from college basketball in prime time. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Guys, I really like the college basketball card tonight. I got 5 games in college basketball, 3 games in the NBA. If you just want the NBA, ranked number 2 right now in the NBA. I finished last year ranked number 2, as you see on the board last year. Doing good again this year. So if you want just those 3 plays, you can get those. Or if you want them all, if you want all 8 plays, you can get those for $50 for 8 plays. Whichever one you want, guys. They're on pickdogs.com. But after we go 8-0, guys, upgrade 3, 7, and 30-day guys. Got my paycheck Wednesday basketball up right now. Usually getting paychecks on Friday. Well, today, if you take my 8-pack, you'll get a paycheck Wednesday when we go 8-0. So grab that, guys. Or like I say every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do for sure. So team me up with one of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right, guys. Money in your pocket with James Clark showing profit here in college football as well as the NBA. You see those numbers in college football: 866 units of profit, over 500 units of profit in the NBA. Tonight over at Pick Dogs Premium, he calls it his 8-pack up there. Paycheck Wednesday, 8 winners for you. Affordable pricing here, $50 for those 8 winners from James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or you can also take those winnings, go long term with James. That 7-day all sports pass will get you every play from James for the next 7 days. That'll lock you in for week 14 college football, week 13 from the NFL, as well as all his NBA and college basketball picks as well. When you do the 7-day all sports pass, you can add a second capper to that, make it a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
All right, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show. Let's cash some tickets tonight. Good luck, and I'll see everybody tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow. James Clark here on the drive through. Let's continue on with our coverage. Next, we're going to bring in Al Ninos. We've got him over on Skype, so we'll give Chris a little breather here as we'll go ahead and get Al Ninos here on the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Spring, where he's doing good work in the NHL this season. He will have an NHL. Will be our only NHL pick of the show tonight. Will come from Al Ninos. So let's get Al in right now. Al, what's going on?
I'm pretty good here, yeah. And for all those not interested in the NHL, I would have gone with the Pacers if I had seen Turner was playing. They just confirmed him right before I actually made this pick. So this is a pretty good one here too, though. I bet this one pretty big myself. So let's take a look at it.
All right, here we go from the NHL at 7 Eastern Time. Rangers hosting the Flyers here. Rangers laying $1.85, total of 6.
Yeah, they're coming into this matchup after a big 5-2 win in Boston. That was their 3rd straight win. They're playing the much better hockey right now. The Rangers are. They'll have the rest and home ice advantage, where they're 5-1-1, while Philadelphia's just 4-4-2 on the road. Both teams coming into this one off some extended rest, as they both had the Islanders, who are on COVID break now, on their schedule between this matchup. But still, the Rangers do get a couple extra days rest here. Not always what you want when you're hot, and obviously it is what you're looking for sometimes when you're struggling as bad as the Flyers are here on their 6-game losing streak. But again, I just think the Rangers have been the much better team, a much more consistent team too. The Flyers, they looked pretty good at the start of the season. They had a very tough schedule and came up with some very, very big wins. But again, lost their last 6 coming into this one and just not looking the same. They are also dealing with a couple of injuries, so the Rangers are the healthier team as well. They are a pretty heavily favorite here, so yeah, we're looking at them on the puck line. A few different ways you can bet this game. You could just take the puck line if you like plus money. If you don't like pushes, you can take them in regulation. And me, myself, I'm personally taking -1 by covering my puck line bet with a bet on the money line as well.
All right, so Ninos here, Rangers puck line, -1.5 goals, plus 134 against the Flyers. All right, now hard to argue that when you look here at the Flyers, a really lack of scoring here. Look at their past 5 games where they've given up almost 4.5 goals a game. I was going to look at the under here, but their defense kind of kept me away there as they've gone under in 7 of their past 10 on the road.
Yeah, and the Rangers are a pretty young team, like to play fast too, and they can score pretty fast too, and definitely take advantage of these struggles that Philadelphia has been dealing with lately. I wouldn't mess with the total here myself. Not much of a lean there, sorry, but I do like the
That's all right. No, we want the honest response. That's fine. All right, here we go. Rangers puck line -1.5 goals, plus 134 against the Flyers, and that one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Well, we got big NBA card. We got 9 games on the docket. A lot of college basketball in the primetime hours. We got NHL as well. We're showing you doing fantastic work in the NHL this season. 368 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, rough one yesterday. Was on the Lightning, so dropped that one. Looked good. Went up 3-0 in 5 minutes, but they also had switched to their backup goalie, and Stamkos also decided to sit that one out. He's waiting the birth of his child, so. Yeah, that was two big switches. The lineup that were unlucky, unfortunate. After I put my pick in, but tonight I do have a 5-pack with my 2 best NHL, 2 best NBA, and my best college basketball bet. So check that out. I also have a 3-pack if you just want my best bet from each sport. If you're just into one of them, I do have my best bet from each sport individually as well. But your best deals are always going to be the long-term passes or the 2-for-1 capper deals, so definitely take a look at those two.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium, showing profit in the NHL. He's also showing profit over the past 7 days. And when you visit his profile page over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, over at Pick Dogs, get on board with Ninos. He likes to call it his alphabets. He's got a 3-pack affordably priced. His best bet from the NBA, NHL, and college basketball is yours when you go over to his profile page and make that purchase. You can also expand on that if you'd like to go long-term with Al. He's got that 7-day all sports pass. Midweek, probably a good time to get that because that'll guarantee you all his NFL and college football for this week, as well as all the basketball and hockey. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thanks again for having me, Tony, and enjoy the games tonight.
All right, El Ninos here on The Drive to bring in Chris. Just a reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, I'll get started with that morning show Monday through Friday. It begins at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And, of course, during the weekend, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time. And, of course, we're here with The Drive through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time with all the free picks for the primetime game. And, of course, our morning crew offers you a YouTube members VIP premium. Follow the link below and get signed up. And, of course, we always ask for your help, guys. Those likes, those thumbs up, Chris, really helps us out. And you're on mute, Chris.
I don't know why I went on mute because I was on Skype. I don't know. I do funny things sometimes. But not to tell you, we really do appreciate all the love and support. I mean, without you guys, there is no Pick Dogs. There is no Drive Through. There's no morning show. There's nothing. So keep up the support because it's only going to get bigger and better from here. And to show you guys how much we appreciate it, we'll do it again tonight. 150 likes. I got a 3-leg NBA parlay for you guys tonight. So get those likes coming in. We'll get you that parlay for tonight.
3-leg parlay tonight. So let's get those likes. Let's get to 150. Let's continue on here on the drive through. Number 1 on the side is Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium Documented. So let's bring him in right now. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So we'll go ahead and bring him in for you. There he is. Al, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. How are my 2 favorite handicappers doing on Wednesday?
I'm doing well. Chris looks well too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If I was any better, I don't even know how I'd finish that sentence. I'm doing well.
I think he's doing well because he's not grading the capper contest. I think he dodged that one. All the 600 entries.
I tell you, that's going to be exciting. I mean, I can't believe how much enthusiasm our viewership has for that. So that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all those 600 videos every Thursday. That's going to be that'll be something, right? Twitter's going to blow up.
I will say this: it's a lot more entertaining at watching from the sidelines and watching the rankings from the sidelines and having to sit there and grade everything and watch the numbers go in live. But watching on the sidelines is going to be great, especially over the last couple of weeks, kind of like it was last year.
That's right. All right, we'll look at this NBA game tonight at 8 Eastern time. Home and home series here with the Thunder and Rockets in Game 2. Thunder here laying 2.5, total 216.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation. The Rockets won round 1 on Monday, 102-89. They were a 2.5-point favorite in that ball game. So they covered the spread in that game by 10.5 points. And this season, when you take a look at how teams do, when one team covered the spread by 9 or more points in its previous game versus another team which failed to cover the spread by 9 or more points in its previous game, the team that is off the point spread loss has gone 32-16 ATS, including 16 and 5 ATS at home. That's one reason I like the home standing Thunder here. Another is that when you take a look at these right back revenge games, when 2 teams meet in back-to-back games, when both games are competitively priced with point spreads of 3 points or less, the loser of round 1 wins and covers the spread. I should say covers the spread in round 2, 106-79, going back to 1990. So you've got the first game was a 2.5 point spread. This game 2.5 or 3. So you've got 2 competitively priced games. We'll take the loser off the loss, or we'll take the loser from the loss of the first meeting. So we're going to take Oklahoma City minus the 2.5 or 3 tonight.
All right, Big Al here on OKC laying 2.5 here against the Houston Rockets. All right, Chris, the Thunder, a team that's been covering as dogs a lot and doing it with their defense.
Yeah, they have been. Thing for me, I was on the wrong side of that first meeting. I thought to myself, "Wow, the Thunder, yeah, could possibly go on the road and drop a game against Houston, could they?" And well, I had egg on my face after that one. I'll say if they lose 2 to Houston, I think the Thunder will be on my what list, and that's not a place they want to be. So I'll take the Thunder as well, laying the points. I think they get some revenge tonight.
All right, Thunder here with taking points with the Rockets. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Big L, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Well, we have 9 games from the NBA, and you're sitting really great here for the year. Over 4,491 units of profit, showing profit here past 7 days, past 30 days on even the sports in college basketball, NFL, college football, NHL, showing positive results there. Big night tonight in the NBA. Al, what do you have going on over at the site?
Well, I've got my NBA game of the week tonight. I've got my college basketball game of the week as well. So a great day in basketball. I also have 4 other college basketball plays. I'm 11-2, my last 13 in college basketball, and I've got 5 college basketball plays in all, including my college basketball game of the week. And then to round it all out, I have a 7th play today that goes in hockey, having a nice winning hockey season as well. We cashed the Florida Panthers yesterday, an easy winner in that hockey match. So that was fun. They came back from a 4-1 deficit to win 5-4. So it's been a really nice year. Overall, 474 and 376, my last 850. So consistent winning, and folks can join for a week, a month, a year. Anything works. We also have our 2-for-1 handicapper special, where you can team me up with all the other great handicappers here, like Little Al, like James, like Chris, like Tony, etc. We're all here for you guys. We all put money in your pocket.
We certainly will. Our Big Al right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here: 4,491 units of profit, and he's winning on all the major sports here. Document over at Pick Dogs Premium. College basketball in the positive, NHL, NFL, college football. Get on board here with Big Al. He's got several plays for you, but the best bet here is going long-term with Al. He's got that, as he talked about, that 7, 30, and 1-year all sports pass over there. Get every play that Al releases over at the site for that time period. You select when you go over to the profile page and you make that purchase. If you add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having a show. Continue that success, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome. Big Al McMordie here on the drive through. Let's continue with our coverage here with Chris. And mind, if you guys miss any of our plays, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Chris, give us the like update.
So we're making some progress early on. I mean, still got a lot of ways to go. We're already at 54 likes, 184 watching. We're only 3 captures in. We're already at the point where if everybody that's watching this show just hit the like button for free right underneath the video, we'd already be giving you guys that parlay during the recap. So scroll down, hit that like button. We'll get you that parlay for tonight's action.
All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time to welcome to the show Sean Murphy. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Premium. Sean, how's it going?
How's it going tonight, guys?
That's going great. All right, we're going to college hoops, 7 Eastern time. Evansville to host Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois, the favorite of 2.5, total 120.5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the points here with Evansville at home against Southern Illinois here tonight. We've seen the line kind of shift. It opened at around 1.5. Southern Illinois, the favorite. It's up to 2.5 now. I think there's value here with the home side. Southern Illinois comes into the season, they bring pretty much everyone back from last year. They were kind of a trendy pick there at the start of last season in the Missouri Valley Conference, and it just didn't really go their way. This year, everyone's kind of expecting, them to take another step forward, which could very well be the case. But so far, they're just off to a 3-3 start, both straight up and against the spread. That includes a loss in their first conference game. And in the Missouri Valley Conference this year, there's really no easy outs here. Evansville is predicted to finish near the bottom, maybe even last place in the conference, but it's not a huge gap from the top to the bottom in this conference this year. It should be very, very competitive. The Purple Aces are bringing back a lot of returning players as well. I think they have 4 starters back here this season. And if you look back to last year when they, weren't as good as they should be this year, they ended up splitting the 2 meetings with Southern Illinois. And we've now seen the underdog cash in 7 of the last 10 meetings in this series. So here we get Evansville coming back home. They just snapped a 4-game losing streak with a double-digit win at Eastern Illinois. I think they can maybe surprise the Salukis here. They're a bit of a different type of team than what Southern Illinois has been facing. They attempt 26 3-point attempts per game. Southern Illinois has only faced around 15 per game here so far this season. So maybe we'll see a bit of a change of pace here for Southern Illinois, causing them a bit of trouble here. In the long run, we're going to see the Salukis will be the better team in the conference, but I think tonight I'm willing to go with the hometown Purple Aces here, plus the points and the home underdog role.
All right, Evansville plus 2.5 against Southern Illinois. All right, Chris, looking at Southern Illinois on the road, giving up a high shooting percentage, 48%.
Yeah, and I was looking at Evansville as well in this one, mainly because, like exactly like Sean said, there's not much of a talent disparity, or at least a skill disparity from the top levels. Yes, you have your Drakes and your Loyolas, but after that, from Northern Iowa down to Evansville, there's not a whole lot to really write home about, or at least separate these teams. So I like Evansville plus the points. I put some on the money line as well. I think it's one of my favorite plays on the card tonight, actually.
All right, Sean, here, Evansville plus 2.5 against Southern Illinois. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time, ESPN Plus networks out there. All right, Sean, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight. Showing profit here in college football. But we got a big NBA card with a huge card from college basketball. Some NHL up there on the board. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so tonight I've got a 3-pack of plays available, one from college basketball, one NBA, and one NHL. We just had one play last night, and that was on the game Al had just mentioned, an easy winner with the Florida Panthers. And now tonight one of the plays is my college basketball game of the week, so that's a big one that tips off here shortly. I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern, so you can either grab that individually or grab the 3-pack, or better yet, just get the weekly or monthly pass. And that'll get you all the big football games coming up. Big weekend ahead here, championship weekend in college football, and of course NFL playoff races heating up here. So great time to get on board.
Yeah, get on board with Sean Murphy over at Pick Dog Print. He's got his 3-game best bet plays here for Wednesday. One NBA, one college hoops, one from the ice. Or as Sean said, go long term with that 7 or 30 all sports pass and get every play that Sean releases over at Pick Dog Print for that time period you select when you go to the profile page and make that purchase. Sean Murphy over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Sean, as always, great having your show. We'll talk with you next week. Will you be on any of the weekend shows?
Yeah, I'll be on the Sunday NFL show this week, so look forward to that.
All right, tune in for Sean's pick on Sunday, as he'll be on as his show begins at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, Sean, have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you next week.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys. All
right, Sean Murphy here on the Drive Thru here, joined with the Chris Ruffolo as we'll continue on with our coverage. Now let's go ahead and welcome to the show Ron Romanelli. We're going to continue with the college hoops coverage here. I think we've got let's see, Ron. Yep, we got Ron ready to go here, so let's go ahead and wire him in right now. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's bring him in. Ron, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Tony and Chris, how you guys doing?
Going great. We got a nice game night, 7:15 Eastern Time. Michigan State to host Louisville. Louisville laying 4 here, total 134.5.
Yeah, when I look at this game, you look at the numbers between these two teams, I find that Louisville and Michigan State are very, very similar. Eerily similar, actually. A lot of the similar numbers on both sides of the ball. Both teams have strong wins on the year. Louisville was able to beat Mississippi State and Maryland already, 2 strong wins. Michigan State took down Loyola Chicago, UConn, Butler. Those are 3 nice wins as well. Both teams, they focus on the defensive style of the game. They are both ranked inside the top 20 in adjusted defensive efficiency. They're both just outside the top 20 in defensive effective field goal percentage. Louisville is a bit better at rebounding the ball and is a bit better at forcing and limiting turnovers. Both teams, they've struggled at the 3-point line on offense, but they've defended the perimeter really well. And Louisville is just a tad better two-point offense and defense. So you look at those similar numbers, you could lean towards Louisville in a lot of those. But seeing that these stats are so close, I automatically lean towards the under. I just think this is going to be a game where defense is prioritized. The offense is going to be hard to come by. The team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win this one. It kind of sounds cliche, but when you have these tight, Big Ten ACC matchup games, a lot of these games are neck and neck, and I think we see another one just like that tonight. I could see overtime, just like we saw with Indiana-Syracuse yesterday. I could see the game going down to free throws, and because of that, I think Louisville getting those 4 points is valuable. I think that Louisville has a 50% shot or even better at winning this game outright. So getting that 4 points, 4.5 points, you shop your line in this one, I think there's some value there. So I'm going to take the Cardinals, and I'm going to take the under in this matchup.
All right, Louisville +4 looking at the under in this one. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I like Louisville as well. I looked at this game, and the first thing I saw was 68-66. I don't know why I spit out that number, but I saw a 2-point game, and this because I think it's going to play out eerily similar to how Duke and Ohio State played out last night, I think you're just going to see a team basically leading from basically the opening tip through to about maybe the last 2 minutes, and that's when all hell is going to break loose. But I think we're going to be happy that we have the 4 points in our back pocket with Louisville this one.
Ron, why do you look at some of these teams on the road? You see these, obviously these road home shooting percentages. Obviously, in non-conferences, there could be stronger competition. But when you see teams under 40% on the road, is it alarming to you at all?
It does. It is a little bit. But I think another thing is Louisville hasn't played in a road game, but they have been in a couple neutral sites. But obviously teams I think are going to shoot their best at their home court because that's the basket they're used to, and these may be the baskets might be what's the word? They're supposed to be the same size across the entire country, but we know that the rims bounce a certain way in certain conferences. Some are more forgiving than others. So I think if a team is struggling on the road shooting, I think it just depends more on stadium to stadium rather than just a blanket term of road shooting. So I think Louisville will be just fine in this one, but I do think shooting at home is a lot easier.
Yeah, it seems that way. All right, Ron here on Louisville plus the 4 against Michigan State. This one will have a start time of 7:15 Eastern time. All right, Ron, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. We're doing really good work here over the past 30 days. 866 units of profit fully documented over at the site. So visit Ron Romanelli's profile page over at Pick Dog Pin. Check out what he has for sale as well as his plays, which are documented there on the site. 9 from the NBA, lots of college hoops action and more. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we wrapped up a really nice November, one of my better months this year, and 56% winners, over 860 units. Looking to do the same in December. Last December in 2020, it was my best month on the website, and I think it's because a lot of the sports I enjoy betting on. College basketball, my favorite sport. We got college football bowl games and conference championships. The NFL is still going, the NBA obviously, and the NHL, we're already showing a profit there this season. So check out those long-term plans. You want to grab a month, you can get my every play through the month of December. Or if you want to grab a week or a 3-day pass, a 3-day on a Friday gives you all those football plays on the weekend. Just check me out at Pick Dogs Premium. Tonight I have a college basketball play and the NBA play on the website still. So check those out as well. And looking to keep rolling.
That's right. Keep rolling here with Ron Romanelli over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 866 units of profit, also showing profit here this year in the NHL. They're doing fine work there. And of course, you can pick up his plays tonight over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got a college hoops money on winner. Threw one up there from the NBA as well. But those long-term passes are great. That 30-day all sports pass will get you every play from Ron for the next 30 days. That'll take you right to New Year's Eve with that 30-day pass to get part of a lot of the college football bowls that will be in action then, as well as all the NFL and college hoops action. As we are even starting some of these conferences. Pac-12 start conference plays now this week. Now with these conference networks, they need programming, so we're starting to see these conference games now. All in the month of December, even some in November. We saw the Pac-12 start over the weekend, so good time to get on board with Ron Romanelli over at Pick Dogs Premium. That 1 month all sports pass, great value there. All right, Ron, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you next week, but we'll tune in on the weekend. You're part of that weekend show.
Yep, I'll see you guys in the weekend. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the Pick Dogs Capper contest. Good luck. I'm excited to see who's going to join our team.
Certainly are. Really good, really exciting times. All right, Ron, we'll see who's going to join our team and who'll join the drive-through. We had James Clark and Javon Burtz, so we'll find out who the new faces are here on the drive-through. Yep. All right, Ron, have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you next week. Ron Romanelli here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with Chris. Chris, where are we at with our like goal?
Well, Tony, funny enough, I just dropped something in the comments. We're at 83 likes. We got 229 people watching. Exactly. Almost triple the amount of likes that we have. So everybody has to do, even just half the crowd, has to just hit the like button, and we'll already be at that 150 like mark for the 3-leg parlay tonight. So guys, scroll down, hit that like button. We'll get the plays for you for tonight.
Let's do it, guys. Let's get those likes come in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's Chris. It's your turn, front and center, and we're going to go ahead and put up the game for tonight. We're going to NBA here. Wizards here to host the T-Wolves. We've got the Wizards up to a 4.5-point favorite from an opener of 3, a total 216.5.
Yeah, and this game features two teams that came in with, I'd say, reasonably low expectations for this season. And I didn't have much expectations for them either, but yet both also come into this game with winning records, which is a little bit of a surprise. But also a lot of it has to do with the defense being. The Wizards 4th in defensive rating as recently as last week. Before they've had a couple stumbles here and there. They've gone up to the under 11-3 in their last 14 games. They've held teams to just over 103 points per game in those 14 matchups. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves, man, this is a surprising effort for the T-Wolves, but still held 7 of their last 11 opponents under 100 points. They're 6-5 to the under in that game, but I still think this is going to be a defensive battle tonight. I think this is going to be a grinded out kind of game from both sides, and I see this one coming in well under the total of 215. I can easily see this one struggling to get to 210.
All right, we got Chris going here with the T-Wolves Wizards going under a total of 216 here and a half. And of course, I was kind of looking at the updates here on the injuries because they were dealing with the flu symptoms over there with Minnesota, and we are getting a confirmed lineup. We know Beverly has been out for a while, but it looks like Vanderbilt's going to play. It's McDaniels, who's pretty much a role player. He's averaging 6 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. He won't play in this one, but looks like the rest of the guys that were feeling those flu-like symptoms will be going here from Minnesota.
Yeah, and given the recent form for Minnesota defensively, that can only help with the continuity within the lineup. Having guys on your defensive front that you're familiar with, where each other's going to be on the defensive end. So having those bodies, and there's that word again, Tony, health. Having those healthy bodies in the lineup is definitely going to be a key for a lot of these teams because when we talk about defense, you could have one guy that can shoot the lights out, but if he doesn't have support around him on offense or defense, hard to win basketball games. I think you'd agree.
That's exactly right. All right, Minnesota and Washington under a total of 216 and a half. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight. Well, we got 9 from the NBA tonight. We've got several from college hoops, some hockey as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, it's my favorite day of the week. It's Whale Bet Wednesday. I got 5 of my favorite, biggest, and best college hoops plays for tonight's action. In one package, I got that for $39.95. That's what I love about Pick Dogs is transparency. You guys can see, it's not all roses and flowers every single day. You do have the speed bumps here and there. But I think tonight, Whale Bet Wednesday for me has usually been a day where if we've had a rough day before, a rough week or whatever, we use it to bounce back. And I think tonight's going to be no different. So definitely check that out. Also, the long-term passes, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, all the way up to a year. Whether it's just me or partnered up with someone who's part of the 2-for-1 capper deal, that's your best value. Because like Tony, I always say, all the cappers always mention, this is when the sports all start to bleed together. This is where you get the most bang for your buck with those plays. So definitely check that out, as well as the season passes. We got the Puck Dogs package with myself and Rod Zawacki on the ice. We're killing it there too. So tons of options for you guys over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, tons of options for Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see over at his site right now on his profile page, Well Bet Wednesday, a 5-pack right now going off from Chris Ruffolo. He'll get his 5 best bets from the night, so get on board with that. Or you can also go with the long-term pass. We talked about the monthly pass. That'll take you right to New Year's Eve. Maybe if you get on board with that, it's a really good value there with the 1-month all sports pass, because that'll get you the beginning of the bowl season. Those are always the tricky games when you get started in that first the December bowl game. So that's a good time to get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick.com. All the NFL as well, and his NBA, hockey, and college hoops, where he did fantastic performance college hoops from last season. All right, so let's continue on here with the drive-through. Chris, now it's time for an update on the likes.
Tony, it's 2 days in a row where I've had a big swing during my segment. But 121 likes, we jumped up 40 likes through that one segment alone. Still got 29 to go, and two of my favorites coming up as well. So definitely keep those likes coming in. We're getting there. We still got a little bit of work to do, but we're getting there.
We're getting there with a little more work to do. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to welcome Mitch to the show. Mitch, you'll find him morning show and as well as the Pick Dogs Premium. So let's go ahead and get Mitch in right now. Mitch, how you doing?
We're doing good, thanks.
All right, we're going to an Ivy Leaguer here hosting the Rhode Island at 7 Eastern time. It's the Rams on laying 2.5, total 140.5.
This one looks funny to me. Usually if something smells funny around here, normally there is good reason for it, and something definitely smells amiss, as you got an Ivy League team with getting just 2.5 points. But I see the line dropping down to 1.5 in spots as well here in this one. And Tommy Amaker has coached up a storm for Harvard. And one thing we've noticed about these Ivy League teams, that after sitting last season out, they're actually better than they were. Maybe they needed time to ferment or something. I'm not really sure what it is, but these Ivy League teams are certainly playing some solid basketball. And Tommy Amaker's Harvard team certainly is one of those. the weird thing about, Harvard is they've always been able to score in bunches. And, they were in that war against Colgate, who, took down Syracuse, earlier this season, to put 100 on Syracuse. Then they come out and just blow the absolute doors off in Northeastern in a local battle, too. So, it's not just the MIT games that they're losing. And now you go back to that Iona game that they opened the season with, and you say, you know what? That really wasn't a very bad loss there, losing 90-87 in overtime as a 9.5-point dog. I just think Harvard is playing some solid basketball. And then you look at the other side, and Rhode Island, not only did they just beat Florida Gulf Coast by 1 point, they were only favored by 4.5 in it against them. And that's a statement within itself. Win over Boston College, who cares? You could beat Boston College twice. Congratulations. I'm just not seeing it out of Rhode Island. I don't think this is a good Rhode Island team. And I think Harvard, they have a way of frustrating teams. I think they grabbed the win outright here.
All right, Mitch is going to take we'll take in this one Harvard in this contest. Harvard plus. And do your shopping. There's been some line movement here over the last hour. All right, Chris, your thoughts here with the Rhode Island Harvard game?
Well, that's Mitch answered my question unknowingly. I was going to say, how do we cap these Ivy League games with them sitting out a year? But it's like you said, it's almost like they've gotten better, that they just need a year to sort of rest up and focus on everyone else. But, I agree, especially with the line move. I haven't been a fan of this Rhode Island team since they lost Fats Russell. I think he was the thing that made this offense go. And when you lose your best player like that, I think it takes some time for Rhode Island to really rebuild. So I'd like Harvard laying the points. I'll put some on the money line as well.
Harvard plus points here against Rhode Island, 7 p.m. Eastern time start. All right, Mitch, I know over at Pick Dogs Premium, we're seeing, let's talk the Capper contest, right? That will be over on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm really excited about the Capper contest. And one thing that, that's an odd thing about the Capper contest is that, a lot of times people look at things, and I normally look at like the comments on YouTube and stuff like that. And I say, oh man, all these people are all over this. I'm going to fade it. Right. But the one thing we know about the Capper contest, and Chris can tell you this because he was one of the people that ran it last year, is that an uncanny amount of people finished pretty solidly to the positive. So I don't think that it's a situation where you just go in there and say, well, all these people have this team, I'm just going to go ahead and fade them, because these are not the general public. And I think this handicapper competition is even deeper than last year's competition. I think because, number one, the authenticity, and also the platform that we're running them on, and also, the job that Joe Madden has done on Twitter in advertising the contest, because not a place where we've generally gone before. We haven't been Twitter people, right? We avoided Twitter because of the Twitter cappers, the hashtag gambling Twitter, right? We avoided that. And it's like, the fact that we were able to go there and that Joe was able to come up with a strategy that worked for us, within the parameters that they give us. We want to mine that talent, obviously, and bring them into our contest. But we believe in 100% transparency, accountability, and honesty. And adding that video element and having to use your real name, regardless of what your Twitter handle is, I think that is a big part of it.
Yeah, it certainly is. And of course, with the Capper contest, I think the unique perspective here is we're going to see a lot of these people the cappers putting up their videos, right?
I'm excited about seeing these videos because we know last year I didn't just bring on the people that won the contest. I also added an additional capper from the contest. And who's to say that I'm not going to add even more than that? We've had some shakeup over the years. We lose cappers, we gain cappers. It's part of any business, I don't think there's any business in the world that has the exact same staff that they started the year with. But at the same time, I feel that we're stronger than we were when the year started. And I think that we'll be even stronger if we can find these candidates. I know there's some gems out there. I've watched some of the pre-videos out there, and there's some people with some serious talent that I think could bring something to the table. Last year we added the guy that we added that did not win the contest is some guy named Jovan Burtz, who's been on the leaderboard, I think, 85% of the year. So I think, he's a regular on this show as well, and he's a regular on our weekend shows. So I just think that, with all the talent that he brings, and, James Clark was a winner last year as well. And, you saw him on today's show, and, he's a regular here as well as on the weekend shows, and as well as on the leaderboards. I believe he won NBA last year, right? He might have been our number one NBA capper last year. So, or he's definitely in the top 5. So,
number 2.
Yeah. I'm excited to see these guys. You know, I'm excited to see what's out there. I know that mining this Twitter and Instagram, where we haven't been before, you know, and I know there are people that don't want to play by our rules. I understand that. That just means you're not for us. It doesn't mean you're not a good capper. It doesn't mean you're better than us. It just means you're not what we're looking for. You know, we need that honesty and transparency.
You can't satisfy everyone, but you got 600 who signed up, right?
Right, and it's like we're not allowing all these different bets, all these different kinds of bets. It's wins and losses, over under. You know, that's what we're doing here. That's handicapping 101. That's what our customers want to see. Those are the picks that people want to hear. They like prop bets. If we do a prop bet show, they would like this, and we have these, you know, the tools. But it's like the bulk of the people, the most people, they want to bet on the game.
Yep, that makes full sense. All right, Mitch, as always, great having your show. We'll tune in the weekends with your morning show. And, of course, tomorrow it's at 11 a.m. Eastern time with you, Brian Bittler, Mitch, and Rod Zawacki. And, of course, that YouTube members, VIP, has been pretty good value for everyone who follows you on the YouTube.
Yep, and we'll have a new lineup for the morning shows as well as the weekend shows. We have our new soccer show. Hopefully Goran will talk about that on Friday. Hopefully we'll get Ashley to be on these shows because she's really good at picking games. You know, she's fantastic at it, and I think, you know, Chris has worked with her already, and she could tell you. I mean, she's like over the top, heavy duty winners. You know, I think they've hit on the video since we put them together. 14 winners in a row on their videos. 14 in a row. That's, you know, they each give different picks. They each give whatever, and it's not every video, every pick has hit. But in 14 consecutive videos, they've given out a winning pick on there. So, I don't know. It's, you know, it's tough to argue with that. And I don't think that it's a fluke or anything like that either, because it's like you hear Ashley speak and you hear Goran speak, and it's like she brings out, like, Goran has always been good, but it's like we've kind of brought him forward. But Ashley, it's like she just rips down and, you know, pulls him right out, you know, and it's kind of like, you know, he's talking about the game and she's like, well, I'm betting that this guy's going to score a goal, you know. And she hit it today, you know, this guy hit a goal, you know, Sassuolo, you know, I always bet this, it always happens, it happens again, you know. It's a lot of fun when you see something and a concept become a reality. And it's like we're going to see that, like I said, with the morning show. I'm moving to 10 o'clock. That's going to happen January 1st, more than likely, in that neighborhood. Christmas, January 1st. I'm actually taking my first few days to week off in 15 years coming up. And on December 17th, that will be my last day on the 11 a.m. morning show, at least as a permanent person, at least for now. You know, things change all the time here. And when I come back, I'll have my own show. Joe and Brian, I believe, will be doing that show. I'm not really sure if it's going to be them too, if Rod's going to be with them. I don't really know how that's going to work, but they'll figure it out. They always do. We're not mad at each other. We're not liking each other. What we have is that if I do the show at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as opposed to doing it at 10 a.m. Eastern, my whole day is whacked. You know, it's like I don't have that hour, you know, and that's really what it boils down to. Joe can't do it at the earlier time. She has prior commitments at that earlier time. So we have a scheduling conflict there. And that's all it really is. And instead of saying, well, you're all right, you won't be on the show, we just say, let's do two shows.
Yeah.
And, you know, Chris will be a guest on my show. Tony will be on my show. I'm going to, you know, it's a solo thing, but it's like, you know, solo shows are different in 2021 and 2022, you know. It's like you're never really quite solo, right?
Right. That's for sure. All right, Mitch, have a great night, and we'll tune in tomorrow morning, and we'll follow that Capper contest. I'm sure we'll have some updates here as we did last year.
Check out Chris's college hoops videos as well. He's doing it, and this is all part of the process, right? It's like everyone's always like, oh, Mitch is doing this. He's grinding. What is he doing, right? Everyone's always wondering. There's a plan. There's always a plan. It's always called proof of concept and then installation of a long-term plan. So we've proved the concept over the last year, and now a lot of concepts. And now we're going into the long-term plan. So, like, tomorrow, for instance, you know, Chris is going to be talking about, you know, Missouri Liberty, is going to be talking about Oakland UIC. I mean, Oakland UIC. We're covering it, you know. The other guys, they don't even know they're playing. Who? Right? They call themselves. And then in March Madness, they're all Oakland. Yeah, you know, it's like.
Well, there's some news here that's breaking. I'm going to share with you, Mitch. The committee, the College Football Playoff Committee, is going to meet on Wednesday in discussions to expanding the playoff. So that's
for this year.
Well, not for this year. The format will stay in. Current format will remain through 2025 season, but we're looking at Wednesday.
What did Lincoln Riley get? I want to know what he got.
Actually.
I need to know the Lincoln Riley numbers.
Yeah, I know.
I need to know them. It's a private school, so we're not going to see the numbers. Is that what's going on here with USC?
Possible. It may be.
I bet that's what it looks like. Because Brian Kelly, it's a state school, so it's like we know. You know, Brian Kelly. How much does it cost for to make Brian Kelly not walk on his team? About $9.5 million a year. It's like everyone's got a number, and that's Brian Kelly's.
And get who you want. You don't have to worry about academics and stuff like that. But
no, the LSU job is one of the very, very best jobs. And the thing, I think for Brian Kelly, it's just a natural progression, and probably the last. I could see him going out there. That's the last job he ever has. I think that's what they're looking for there, and I think he is that guy where he goes there and he's able to get his players running his play. He gets a crack at Alabama every year. He gets a crack at Florida every year. They LSU, while they're in the West, they play Alabama every year, but they also play Florida every single year. Yeah. So it's like LSU has and they play Texas A&M every single year. And
they play tough out of conference schedule too. They'll go on the road.
They played this year at Penn State. They played. They always play a tough schedule.
What came out of the meeting here is it looks like they're definitely in favor of the conference major Power 5 conference winners automatically getting into the playoff, which we all knew was going to happen. But that looks like that has full support.
Well, with Cincinnati breaking in, well, then you knew something was going to happen. They're not just going to give that money away.
No, they're not.
That's not going to happen.
And there's possibility of only one SEC team in, so they better do something.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna. I mean, if Georgia wins that game, it's just Alabama can't get in with 2 losses. No, it'll be interesting to see how they treat Notre Dame with it if the interim coach. What if Oklahoma State loses, Alabama loses, Oklahoma State wins? Will they? Or Alabama loses, Oklahoma State loses. Alabama loses, Oklahoma State loses. You'd have to put Notre Dame in.
They would have to. Yeah.
With the interim coach. I don't know. Still a lot of coaching hires to go. I'm interested. I want to know what Lincoln Riley got. I need to know. Chris, what did he get?
The boosters will leak it out. You know that.
Well, I was going to say, I saw a booster report. Someone said that they learned, but they can't confirm it. So they may have said $110 million.
Really? Yeah. For 10 years?
They said yeah, they say what this booster said, it's learned but not confirmed that it's $110 million with provisions that USC has to pay for both of Lincoln Riley's Oklahoma homes of $500,000 above asking price.
Oh really? And the buyout
$500,000 above
clause,
asking,
sure.
And the buyout clause.
And there's also $4.5 million buyout on his contract. Wow. So the Oklahoma job and Notre Dame job's still open. And the Miami job could be open too, and the Oregon job. All right. Well, thanks, you guys. I've already ran over my time as usual.
All right, Mitch. Have a great night. We'll talk next week, and we'll talk to you Friday.
Everyone's like, just give out picks. Just give out picks. Just give out picks.
It's already 7 p.m. Eastern time, isn't it? You're 5 minutes ahead of us.
How many likes did we get? How many likes did we get?
We're at 173.
All right, I'll give out a premium pick since I filibustered.
All right.
I'll give out one of my premiums for today. I have 9 premiums. So I'll give out, get one out for you guys. Let's see. I have the USC Trojans -7.5 against Utah.
Thank you. I like that one too. All right, we got it from Mitch.
That's not the pick you're. That's not the pick you're giving on the show.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. All right. USC minus 7.5. It's my late night bailout game.
Bailout.
Free.
There you go. Free.
Aloha. Thanks.
All right.
See you guys later. Bye.
See you guys later. All right, Mitch here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with my pick for tonight. We'll just get right to the pick here. Wofford plus 3.5 here against Richmond. And we've got the Lego. We know that Terriers are returning 6 of their top 8 scores from a season ago. Perfect 4-0 on their home court. Good shooting team, over 47% from the floor. We've seen the Spiders struggle away from home where they're giving up 47% shooting, nearly 39% from beyond the arc. Wofford, they take good care of the basketball, good rebounding team. They're making 80% of their free throws. Richmond losses here to Mississippi State, Maryland, Drake, and Utah State. This is the first true road game. I'm going to take Wofford here, Chris, plus the points.
Tony, I'm going to be quick with it because the parlay starts at 7. So I like Wofford as well. I think that, like I said against Georgia, this is a Wofford team that definitely deserves to be up there with the consideration with the bigger teams that they play. But since I went full screen, I'll give it quickly. We'll do the under 215.5 I gave out earlier in the Timberwolves Wizards. Parlayed up with the Cavaliers plus the whatever points you can get. I think Bam Adebayo not being in the lineup for the Heat for the foreseeable future. Cavs take advantage of the that here because all they do is play inside, and they play inside well. So Cavs plus the points and the Kings plus the points against the Clippers. Paul George has been the reason that the Clippers are struggling right now. When the team has to be on his back and he's not playing well, the Clippers are going to struggle, and I think they struggle tonight. So it's going to be the Kings plus the points, Cavs plus the points, and the under in the Timberwolves Wizards.
All right, let's go ahead and do the recap. Chris joins us tonight. 76ers money line from James says plus 122 against Celtics. El Ninos, Rangers puck line minus 1.5 goals, plus 134 against the Flyers. Al McMordie was on Thunder laying 2.5 against the Rockets. Sean says Evansville plus 2.5 against Southern Illinois. Ron, Louisville plus 4 against Michigan State. Chris was on T-Woods, Wizards under 216.5. Mitch, Harvard plus 2.5 against Rhode Island. Yours truly, Wofford plus 3.5 against Richmond. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, if these are the plays you're giving out tonight, I think everybody should hop on your premium package tonight. Whatever you got over the website, guys, go over and check it out. But I love Wofford tonight getting the points against Richmond. I think Wofford's got a chance to win that one money line.
All right, Wofford there is the play. And I'm going to tail here with James on the 76ers money line here against the Celtics. They've got their core, do the Sixers healthy, and I think they're better than the Celtics. And they've shown the ability to win there in Boston. I'm going to address the question here from Paulo Alexandra. I like this show, but why do some games we don't pick on all the games? We want the cappers to choose their games because they'll be more confident. It's basically when they select the game for the show, you get better results that way, Chris. Right? We don't want to force games out of people, right?
No, because I mean, let's call it what it is. Would you rather have someone like myself or Tony? I know we talk that or we say we look at all the games, we do the research on all the games. But would you rather have a pick on, like, let's say Duke, Oklahoma State that we're like maybe 3 or 4 out of 10 about, or a play on Liberty and Missouri that we're 9 or even 8, possibly even 10 out of 10 about, because we wanted to put you guys on winners? That's the purpose of the drive-through. Is yes, it's a late info show, but we also want to put money in your pockets. We want to make sure that you guys, benefit from some of the research and the work that these cappers are putting in. So it's not always the sexiest game on the board, but it's the game that we think is going to be easiest to put money in your pocket for that night.
Yeah, I want the highest confidence level from the cappers when they come on the show. And that's where, because I want the highest confidence picks level. They're coming on the show. I don't want to force anything out of them if it's a game they didn't like. So that's the reason why we let the cappers choose the game. Sometimes we miss the high profile games. I'm sorry for that, but we want to put money in your pocket, as Chris mentioned. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Return tomorrow again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it all gets started with the morning show. Tomorrow will be 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and company, and that YouTube members VIP. What a great value. Follow the link below and sign up. Let's bring in the cappers from tonight. Good night, everyone. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk again.